Hi, hi everyone. I'm Hassan, as you know, and I've just wanted to share my experience thus far this summer holidays. I decided to do something exceptional, um, quite outside my comfort zone as well. This summer holidays, um, I decided to take a trip to Africa, and not just go to a random trip to Africa, but to a trip that makes an impact to some extent. Um, and I decided to go to join a fellowship with the Limited Resource Teacher Training (LRTT). If you don't know about them, research them. Limited Resource Teacher Training, and this is literally a organization that gathers many teachers around the UK and all over the world per se. Um, and they basically just place them in different places by preference anyway, because you get to choose what fellowship you want to do, and I chose to go to Tanzania. If people follow my post on Facebook, you realize I went to Zanzibar last last December as part of my Christmas holiday. And I spent 5 days there, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Loved the language, loved the culture, loved the people, and I thought that was really a deciding factor for me going to go to go to choose the fellowship in Tanzania. Anyway, so yeah, I decided to go. I applied for it. It was very expensive. I mean, quite expensive. I mean, if uh, I mean, well, at the beginning, I didn't think I was going to be able to be able to do it, but to God be the glory. It happened. Lots of support from my school. Obviously, I saved up myself, so that means I saved up quite a lot of money. Um, and got lots of support from my friends. So if you're one of the people that donated to me, thank you so much. Really appreciated your donation. It goes a long way, and it makes so much difference, especially when I've been into tell you about some of the things that we get up to. Anyway, so part of the way for me to make the trip cheaper for myself was to also to transit from Nigeria. So I was when I booked my flight. I booked my flight from Lagos. First of all, booked my flight from Lagos to Dar es Salaam, and when my project's finished, then I take another flight to Dar es Salaam to London. Therefore, I just needed to buy a ticket to go to Lagos, and everything cost me about about £800. Um, However, it's £800, but my family in Nigeria, my brother covered the cost of my flights from Tanzania to Lagos to Tanzania, Tanzania back to the UK. So that's another saving, that major saving that was done for me. Anyway, so yes, first part of my trip was to go to Nigeria to see family. I've got a huge bond with a lot of people in Nigeria because I grew up there. I spent 14 years of my life in Nigeria before coming to the UK in 2001. But anyway, so I went to Nigeria, had a fantastic time in Nigeria. Managed to relax, managed to get some good get refreshed, get some good food, very lovely food. My big mom is amazing when it comes to cooking, so yes, got some good food. Catched up with a lot of my friends, some of my friends that were in diaspora but have gone back now. And yeah, just caught up with quite a few people. I don't want to go into the detail of that, but yeah. So on last week Saturday, I then left Nigeria, and traveled to Tanzania. However, I took the Emirates flight, so that means the Emirates flight had to stop in Dubai, which I had the privilege to also stay in Dubai. So left the airport, went to the hotel, stayed in Dubai, chilled a little bit, and um, then went back to the airport and then took my flight to um, Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. And I left Lagos at around 3 o'clock on Saturday, and I arrived in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania at about 4 p.m. on um, on Sunday. And as expected, um, met up with a few friends in Dubai that were coming from the UK, and we So I met some people that were in the fellowship, and then we came down. Anyway, yeah. So that was my trip. And you understand why I'm telling you about the trip in a second when I tell you about a bit more. But yeah, got to Dar es Salaam, stayed the night in Dar es Salaam, and then the first part of our trip of the LRTT Tanzania fellowship was first of all to spend a week, to spend 3 nights in Zanzibar. Zanzibar is well known for its tourist attraction as well as the um, um, its resorts right around the coast of the Indian Ocean. So it was lovely. It was amazing. Like I said, I've been to Zanzibar before in the summer, so I knew what to expect. The only difference was probably the fact that the accommodation was quite different to what I was in last year, which is expected as again because of the cost, etc. So yeah, we spent three days in the sun, on the beach, relaxing, getting to know the team. I mean, the team, we have 24 fellows right here, three of which are team leaders. One of the team leaders work in my school, so she was one of the people who were quite convincing in getting me to actually come on the trip as well. And I also got another girl who's a fellow just like myself from my school as well, another lady, Clarissa. So yeah, so we got three people from Bacon's College at Tanzania at the moment. So yeah, it's so we had a nice time. We met up with so that means I had another 22 people to get to know, and literally being there, being in Zanzibar in a relaxed atmosphere, lots of activities still going on whilst we're there, but give us a chance to get to know each other more, get to know each other's strengths, weaknesses. Um, I guess getting to know each other is continuous anyway, because as time went on, we just have different conversations. I mean, I have had conversation with every single person in my fellowship at the moment, as of now, and I know everyone's name, and I know. Okay, maybe I don't know what everyone teaches, but I know everyone's name. So which I think that's good. I think knowing names is good. And as a teacher, knowing names is very important. We find knowing names very very important. So yeah, I know everyone's name. Um, so yeah, it's Zanzibar was quite lovely. Um, I mean, it was different this time because as the only African in my LRTT Tanzania fellowship, um, with everyone being Caucasian, it was I felt like I did get some preferential, partial treatment to an extent. People were more interested. A lot of the staffs that we met come across, and again, this is still continuous. A lot of the staff were more interested in me because I'm African and I share the same skin color with them, and they felt, yeah, this is probably one of ours. So by the time they realize I'm not, then they want to know where I'm from. They tell them I'm from Nigeria, and then they're like, oh wow, we know about Nigeria, etc., etc. And then I have a long conversation, and then I tend to build a rapport with a lot of the people that we've met in Zanzibar as well as in Dar anyway. Um, so it can be quite odd, but it has its positives because it then means that I'm able to talk them into doing things for us and give us better deals, etc. And my bartering has improved a lot because I've managed to be able to sweet talk some good deals for some of my for some of the fellows around with me. Um, so anyway, yeah. So we spent Zanzibar. Then from Zanzibar we came back to Dar, and then from Dar we went to we traveled all the way to Jombe. Now, the most very crucial thing that happened from when we were coming from Zanzibar to Dar, because we had to take a small 12-man jet from Dar to Zanzibar and then Zanzibar back, and I got to flew as a co-pilot on our return trip back. So if you see some of my pictures that I posted on Facebook, you realize that I was able to capture us ascending and descending, and also capture us whilst on here, and myself with the pilot. It was amazing. It was beautiful. It was the best thing ever. Uh, I mean, literally, it's one of my bucket lists to be able to be assist someone flying a plane. Not, I mean, I still plan to fly a plane myself, but to be able to assist someone flying a plane is amazing. It's so good. Yeah. Anyway, and yeah, I'm safe. I'm here. We got back safely, so you don't have to worry about safety. We got back safety, and I did anything silly. Um, so yeah. Yeah. Anyway. So we then traveled from Dar. So we came back to Dar on Thursday night, and then again slept. Woke up about 4 a.m. on Friday morning, and then took set off for Jumbe. Jumbe is the placement place where we're going to be, which where I'm now. And you see I'm wearing jumpers, but I'll explain that later. But so we set off to go to Jumbe. It was predicted to be a 17 hours flight, 17 hours road trip, and it was 17 hours. I thought maybe we might be able to cut a little bit, but no. We set up at 4 a.m. in the morning, and we arrived just after 9 o'clock in the morning, in the night. So yes, it was a 17 hours journey. The first time I've ever done something like that before. I mean, I used to complain about traveling to Manchester as far by driving, and I'm never gonna complain anymore. Nope, not gonna complain anymore because I've done a 17 hours journey, and I know what it feels like for your leg to be cramped, for your leg to be, and I also have a knee injury, so you could just imagine it took its toll to an extent. But anyway, we're now in Jombe, and it's been so good. Jombe is at altitude, so therefore it's quite cold. I mean, autumn cold. Like at night at the moment is about 20. Is about between 10 and 15 degrees Celsius, and during the day it's about 20 degrees Celsius. And yeah, it's been quite cold, which is why I'm wearing a jumper, and I've been wearing this jumper all day. Fortunately, it's my only jumper, so I need to buy some more jumper. Um, silly me. I was told that it's going to be quite cold, but me being me thinking, yeah, big man. But no, it's the reality of that. It's not. It's not. Be joke. So yeah, it's cold. It's so cold. It's so cold. Yeah. But I mean, we had our first night last night when we arrived. Everyone was pretty tired. We had dinner, very nice dinner. And then we slept. I slept. I just knocked out by 11. I was gone. And I woke up and just got ready for today. Didn't have the privilege of bathing with hot water. Had to shower with cold, very very cold water, because whilst I was showering, they took the electricity, which is still a reality in African countries. The electricity is not stable, so people can you could still end up without electricity. So at any point now, they might just take this light. So yeah, and it happened whilst I was showering this morning. They took the light, but yeah, it's part of life, and it's something you have to embrace. I had to shower with cold water. I hope it's not gonna be like that forever. But I had to shower with cold water. And yeah, today has been our first full day in Jumbe, and it's been amazing. Like what we've done today was amazing. I mean, our team leaders have made it so interesting and so engaging. And we had our first lesson in Swahili. We had our first session of learning Swahili language, and I could literally say that I've picked up quite a few Swahili. But as time goes on, I'll be expecting you. Well, I could give you a little tip of the iceberg now. Kamwane, Habari, Nziri, um, yeah, I know quite a bit more. I mean, we were sent to town. We are supposed to just go in as a group to Jumbe town, the town center, and trying to get things sorted. Our group team leaders decided to split us up in 4 groups, and they prepared an activity for us to do as well as try to. One of the things we had to do was try to get a SIM card. So we learnt the basics of a communication in Swahili, and our task was to get a SIM card, and then we also had a list of things we had to get, almost like Silent Sugar's Apprentice, where they get a list of things and we have to go out and do a bit of bartering and try and get at the cheapest price and make sure you get everything on the list. So which is quite interesting because me being who I am, I'm very competitive, and as soon as they said that, I was like, yes. So got my team together, and then we set off for Jombe Town Center, and then luckily for us, we had an amazing. I mean, one of the key features in this in being in Tanzania is that everyone is just amazing. Everyone is lovely. Everyone just wants to get to know everything about you. Quite fascinated about you, and they're not gonna do it in any kind of malicious way or in any kind of condescending way. They just fascinated and they just want to know. Maybe not much sort of me. I think people are more when it comes to me. as an African. They're more disappointed because they expect me to be able to speak Swahili for some reason, and then